What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have another underused match. This one is against Curtis, and I threw together a pretty interesting team. I'm using a couple mons that I haven't really used in a while, and I just kind of, wanted to see how this team would do. Anyways, Curtis has a pretty powerful team. I'm afraid of the Mega Sceptile. He's got a couple threats on there. Anyways, let's just go ahead and hop into it. I decided to lead off with my Roserade. As he leads off with a Snorlax, I actually expected him to lead off with Donphan, which is why I led off with Gatorade. But, yeah, so I'm just going to go for the Sleep Powder on the first turn just because, yeah, it seems like a good idea. Honestly, the beginning of the battle does not really go my way, and you'll see that in a second here. But, so I put this thing to sleep. He is going to burn off the first turn, as I don't really know what this Snorlax really wants to do, honestly. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed just because I know that Snorlax has a buttload of HP, and I'll just be able to, sap a whole bunch of that shit back. So, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and stay in. I'm going to, just throw a Sludge Bomb at this thing. I see, really no reason to actually switch out at this point. I know that this Snorlax can't really one-hit KO me, and I don't really know what it wants to do at this point. It could be a Curse-Lax with Rest or something like that, but he goes for the Body Slam here, and that is going to do a lot of damage to Gatorade. Not too bad, seeing as after the Leech Seed health, I get back, I'm like above half, so that's pretty freaking awesome. Honestly, getting a Leech Seed on a Pokemon with a lot of HP is really damn useful. So I get a bunch of HP back from that, and I go for the Sleep Powder again, and he actually avoids it, and that was crucial as hell. Had I got that Sleep Powder, things would have probably gone pretty different, but I miss a Sleep Powder. It happens, it's to be expected, but he's able to finish me off with one more Body Slam, and that's actually terrible that I lost that thing early on. So now I'm going to bring in Reuniclus. I know I can take any physical attack it wants to throw at me, even if it has Crunch. I'm honestly fine with that because I'm bold, physically defensive, and, Reuniclus just doesn't give a shit about your fat, bear. So he does go for the Crunch, does reveal that he has the Crunch, and it's going to do less than half to me, but he actually gets the defense drop, and that's crucial because that allows, this thing to be able to do a lot more damage with Crunches next turn. Plus, I was trying to set up a sweep with Reuniclus here, so having the -1 defense was really going to, allow me to not be able to take physical attacks later on, so I now decide to switch into Napoleon. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I really just wanted to get Reuniclus out of there because I felt like I was going to be able to maybe set up a late game sweep later with that thing, so I didn't want it to lose too much health early, but I go into Empoleon. He does luckily not get the Paralyze with the Body Slam, and looking at this thing's moveset, I was kind of banking on the fact that it might not have Earthquake, seeing it does have Crunch. Although, if it does have Earthquake, I know that I will be able to take it without dying in one hit, so that's cool. I go for the Stealth Rock here just to kind of scout out what moves this thing is going to have. I get them Stealth Rocks up, are going to be pretty useful later, but he does have the Earthquake. Empoleon is kind of, not really too stoked about that because I take a dickload of damage, but I am able to live it, plus the Leech Seed health is going to put me above half, so that's pretty good. This Snorlax is just slowly getting sapped by Leech Seed, and this is kind of the strangest start to a battle I've had in a while, honestly. Snorlax lead kind of, just threw me off. Here I go for the Scald. I'm like, oh, this will do enough to take it out for sure. But it fucking doesn't. And I sometimes forget how especially defensive Snorlax is, and I didn't invest any special attack in this Empoleon. I really thought that Scald was going to kill, though. Like, what the fuck, Snorlax? This thing is ridiculous. So, Empoleon goes down to that. That was a misplay on my end, for sure. But I'm going to bring in Reuniclus again here, as I'm going to go for the Calm Mind, as he just hits me with a Crunch. It's going to bring me to about half, as I get a free Calm Mind here. I know that the Leech Seed is going to be able to take out the Snorlax next turn. So I'm sitting at, a nice and +1 special attack and special defense, so that's not too bad. So the Leech Seed comes. It is finally going to be able to take out the Snorlax, so that fat fuck just destroyed my team early on. He was able to take care of Roserade and Empoleon, so I'm at a pretty shitty deficit at this point in the match here. So the leftovers are going to put me at about half. Here he's going to switch into a Donphan. I know that these things do often carry knockoff, but I am able to am going to be able to take one of them. But he actually shows me he goes for the Rapid Spin on the first turn, which was rather interesting. He really does not want them Stealth Rocks out here. So I'm just going to go for a Psyshock at +1 special attack. It is going to do enough to be a 2-hit KO on this thing, which is pretty nice, as he's going to go for the Earthquake here. I expected that, so I'm going to go for the Recover. I knew I was going to be able to live it. I've actually been battling against a lot of Donphans with my Reuniclus, and I just kind of have been able to know how much Earthquakes generally do to this thing, unless it's like Choice Banded Donphan. But so I know I'm going to be able to take another one. I'm just going to go for Recover, seeing at this point as I'm going to be able to just get a whole bunch of health back. Well, not a whole bunch, but every turn I'm getting like 20 HP back, so that's actually not bad. I wish I had leftovers on this Reuniclus. It's actually Life Orb to be able to help out with damage, so I go for one more Recover here. This is going to set me at a pretty decent amount of health. I was actually kind of expecting him to maybe switch here, seeing as Psyshock is going to be able to take care of it. I guess he kind of just wanted it for Rapid Spin, but seeing as he was able to knock out my Stealth Rocker, he probably just wants the Rapid Spin just to be able to ensure that he doesn't have Stealth Rocks up anymore, but one more Psyshock is going to be able to take care of the Donphan, so that's cool. Though, unfortunately, Reuniclus is sitting at, not the best health, as he's going to switch into his own Reuniclus here, as I go for a Psyshock on it with +1 special attack. It is going to do a decent amount of damage, but he's going to start setting up Calm Minds of his own, and I'm like, oh god, it's just a fucking jelly fest out here, like, too much jelly, too many weird fetus things going on, I don't know, but I'm just going to keep on going for the Psyshock. I feel like I might be able to win this matchup. I'm like, yo, crit please? Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. But he's just going to go for an energy ball. And seeing as I have +1 special defense as well, I live it with 1 HP, which was clutch. I was actually not expecting to live that, but that was pretty awesome. As I'm able to throw one more Psyshock, I do get a critical hit, and we saw who the better fetus was today. Hell yeah. So my Reuniclus is able to come out on top, and that is actually really lucky on my end. Living with 1 HP is kind of my thing, I guess, but... Now he's going to bring in the Mega Sceptile. I really do not have a switch into this thing that wants to take an attack from it, so I decide to let Reuniclus go ahead and die here, as he's just going to finish me off with the Dragon Pulse. That is really not too bad, seeing as I can switch into Darmanitan here for the revenge kill. I am aware of the fact that a Choice Scarfed Flare Blitz will be able to take out a Sceptile, even though he is the Dragon type at this point. So he's going to go for the Protect here, just to kind of scan out what I'm going to go for, maybe just try to see if I'm going to lock myself into U-turn or whatever, but I go for the Flare Blitz. He sees that. He is thinking he's going to be able to live it. Darmanitan goes for the Flare Blitz right to that Christmas tree, and that is a dead Sceptile. So you don't want to fuck around with Darmanitan. Really, just don't play games with this thing, because it will destroy your life. So, Dragon Sceptile is still not able to take a flare or freaking fire attack, so that's awesome. He's gonna bring in his own Fire Monkey, and I'm like, yo, there's only room for 1 Fire Monkey on the fucking field, so I have to switch Darmanitan out, as I'm gonna go into Kung Foot. He goes for the Fake Out here, which is actually pretty damn nice for me, because of the fact that Hitmonlee is not gonna take too much damage for that, and I'm able to go for my own Fake Out here. So, the only dilemma about this guy's team at this point is that he does still have the Wheezing left, and I am actually going to go for the Fake Out, and I waste my own Burden Boost here. Probably a pretty debatable play. I could have actually saved Kung Foot for later. I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide. I really just need to get as much damage off on this this Wheezing as I can, so that way Darmanitan can come back in and be able to finish it off with a Flare Blitz. But it's going to take definitely a couple Rock Slides. I'm kind of trying to hope and see if I can get a freaking flinch with a Rock Slide, but as you'll see, it does not happen. I am able to whittle down the Wheezing just enough, though. As you'll see here, he goes for one more Sludge Bomb. It is gonna knock me down to 2 HP, but unfortunately he gets the freaking poison. I would have really liked to get one more Rock Slide off on this thing, would have been pretty nice, but unfortunately Kung Foot is gonna go down to the poison. So that's pretty shitty here, as now I'm gonna go ahead and I believe I bring in Darmanitan. Yeah, so I bring in Shofu. I'm gonna go for a Flare Blitz. I'm like, come on, we just took out that Mega Sceptile. Fuck it, we got damage here. I'm gonna go for the Flare Blitz. It's definitely not going to be able to take out the Wheezing, seeing as he lives with like freaking 3 HP. That's annoying, and he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb. That would be completely fine, but he gets the poison again, which was extremely crucial. Had he not got the poison there, I would have been able to finish it off with one more Flare Blitz. So that really sucks. I would have been my last Pokemon is Dugtrio. His last Pokemon is Infernape. Had I not got poisoned there, I would have been able to take out the freaking Wheezing, and I would have been able to lock myself into Choice Banded Earthquake. But since this thing is levitating, I have to bring in Dugtrio. The only thing I can go for is Stone Edge, so I have to lock myself into Stone Edge. I knew I would have been able to outspeed this Infernape and be able to kill it with the Choice Banded Earthquake, but unfortunately, since Wheezing decided to poison 2 things in a row, I have the, I'm locked into freaking Stone Edge on the Infernape. I would have had Earthquake, just overall a pretty shitty situation. But honestly, shit happens. He's going to go for 1 Fire Punch, and that is going to be able to take out Doug. Unfortunately, I don't get a Stone Edge crit. But that was a really good match, honestly. I thought that was pretty exciting. Just the 2 poisons at the end really just fucked my wife, honestly. Just really, I would have loved to have Dugtrio come in and finish off the match with an Earthquake, but things don't always go your way. And that's Pokemon for you, honestly. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.